Olden Akey here with another Halo 4 campaign mission walkthrough, and today I'm going to be demonstrating how you can complete the second mission in Halo 4, Requiem, on legendary difficulty with no skulls on and no deaths. Complete run through without dying single segment. And basically with no skulls on, some of the gameplay becomes easier because you can take out elites, for example, with a noob combo versus having to assassinate them. But on the other hand, you have an issue with your shields dropping much quicker because you don't have double health, and Covenant vehicles that we will use in this particular mission, including the Ghost and the Banshee, not having extra shielding through tilt. And so off we go. To start the mission, we're just running, which we seem to do a lot in this campaign. And we just follow this path. And by the way, I swapped out my AR for a plasma pistol, and I probably won't even use that right away, but AR is useless.
The pattern's different. I'll try to triangulate its position.
And I probably won't even use the pistol, but anyway, we have a pistol and a plasma pistol, and we're just going to follow this path. A nice big forerunner structure that has nothing to do with the mission. Off there to the right. We'll go up to this hog and flip it over so we can use it.
Nice to see your luck is holding out.
And now we're not running anymore, we're driving. Okay, I actually take this first jump a little sideways so I don't do a nose plant with the hog. Some days when I make this run, everything's fine, and some days the hog gets nose heavy and it flips over and stuff, and I have no idea what I'm doing differently. So here we are, just driving through the debris.
Well, as far as I know, I'm the only AI ever generated.
In fact, there's not much we're going to be doing shooting enemies-wise here for several minutes.
It may be possible to recompile my neural net by replicating
there we go, there's that nose plant. I have no idea why that happens.
That means getting back to Halsey soon.
Okay, I'm going to do a jump, followed by another jump up, another nose plant. Maybe it's just because I'm tired when I do this run. Another nose plant. Little flip. And it's a good thing I didn't do live commentary on this mission, because I'd be cussing right about now. Alright. Drive a little bit more. Rather boring to start the mission.
I'm hearing that strange signal again. Stronger this time.
Alright, as we come out, we'll come out into a valley, and immediately notice that there's 3 phantoms out there dropping off coveys, and we're basically going to turn around and use a tactic so that we don't have to deal with them. So we're going back to where we made that last jump. And of course we're doing more driving. Okay, park the hog right there, jump out. And run over here to this little black spot, plant your foot right there on the corner, and do a crouch jump over to this little platform thing here. Walk up to this spot, aim up to the outside. Do a crouch jump, holding the crouch all the way up in the jump. That's important. And the screen freezes momentarily, and then we turn around and we do a sprint jump across, and make sure it's a sprint and not a crouch, because you will fall in the gap there if you don't do a sprint jump. Jump in the hog and driving again. And that action right there has basically eliminated all the coveys without us having to fire a shot. All the coveys that were in that valley. So next up here is we have to deal with an elite with a concussion rifle who's guarding a pathway that we have to use. And we're going to use the 50 cal on the hog to take him out. So we just drive up to this little spot here. And we're far enough back so he doesn't start firing at us, but we're close enough that we can nail him with a machine gun. Okay, so jump on the back. First thing we want to do is take out this sniper tower, because he tends to hide behind it, and we can't get an angle on it. So once it's gone, it's just a matter of continuing to fire until his shields pop. They just pop. Now he's dead. Now if I had the mythic and basically mythic and tilt on, his health would be doubled, and it would have taken a little bit more work to get those shields to pop and take him out. But that's a case where not having the skulls on makes the task a little easier. Okay, jump out of the hog, jump on the ghost, and now what we're going to do is be setting up for another tactic that will eliminate the need to fight some more cubbies. And right here, we're going to take this ghost and park it right here. Jump out, and we're going to go get another ghost. Now some people can wedge that first ghost up to the next level by kind of wobbling back and forth in the left corner. I never could do that, but I'm going to plan B here. I know there's another ghost out there, so I'm taking it. And by the way, if you hit your jump key, it raises the nose of the ghost. So basically I hit the jump key, I boost on the nose of that first ghost, and up I go. Easily done. Alright. The ghost, let's grab a carbine here. By the way, there's plenty of ammo on this mission. Alright, I'm going to run up here to this archway and immediately back up. Because I just woke up 3 grunts, at least one of which has a fuel rod cannon. I actually want to use 1, 2, and 3. 2 of them had fuel rod.
If we're going to hijack a ship from this Covenant, we're going to have to find where they're
landing. I'm going to swap out my plasma pistol for the fuel rod cannons, ammo up with it. Sure, got it all.
We could always ask.
All right, back down to the ghost. We're still doing the setup work here. All right, I want to get this ghost up the path. In other words, remember, didn't use the jump key and kind of flipped it over, but got it up on the next level. All right, this next little squeeze spot that you want to get through, lead with the right wing. It makes it easier to get that through that tight spot. Okay, nose up again. There we go. A little more careful that time. Alright, there's a little bit of high risk here, but you want to set up for a run, a boost run right there, up to about this spot, just past that grunt, back down, and get the heck out of dodge. And notice I was getting fired at by a jackal, a sniper jackal with a beam rifle, and that beam rifle can take me out, and it can take the ghost out, without the extra shielding that Mythic and Tilt give you. Alright, we're jumping out here. So, back down to this ghost, and we're off to the races again. And so basically, with no skulls on, several parts of the mission are pretty high risk. And while we go running back to that gap, basically what I'm doing here is I'm practicing for a legendary, no skull, 0 death run-through of the entire campaign, prologue, epilogue, and I decided that while I was practicing, I might as well capture the gameplay and post the videos in my practice runs, if indeed I could do a practice mission with no deaths. Alright, here we are back again. We're going to be doing the same thing here. Out of the ghost, over to this one little spot where that black mark is, foot on right on the corner of the black mark, crouch jump over here to this railing thing. Walk up to about this spot, turn, crouch jump, holding the crouch up here, turn left jump, screen freezes momentarily, alright, turn around, sprint jump, back across into the ghost, and by the way, the ghost is faster than the hog for doing these runs back and forth. And the boost on the ghost recovers fairly quickly, so when you're down into the red, just about 0 boost, just let go on the left trigger for a second or 2 and you get all your boost back. Okay, watch how fast that recharges. And we're ready to go full boost back to where that concussion rifle elite was. And I set these ghosts up sort of like a relay race. Alright, over here to this area, jump out of the ghost, jump up, let's run to the next ghost. Let's get some ammo there. Make sure we ammo up. But into the next ghost, and off we go to the races again. Now we're going up to the Forerunner building that basically houses a cartographer structure or building. And this is going to provide us more information about Requiem and so on and so forth. And okay, notice that there's no cubbies here, none at all. And we're just going up to the next level, and there's no cubbies here. But we have to deal with a Sword Elite who's got active camouflage. There he is, and instead of charging me, he goes camo and goes back. And then I got 3 grunts and 2 jackals that I have to deal with, shielded jackals. And I'm using the ramp here as sort of cover because they're firing center mass at my heart, my chest. And if I can look over the edge of this ramp, geez. See that I got EMP'd and totally lost my shields, so I'm walking back down here until they recover. I don't want to deal with them while I don't have shields. But if I can just look over the edge and fire at them, their fire is going to
that elite dropped
hit
his camo
the
on.
platform,
Let's
not
have a
me.
look.
And by the way, when
I'll
they're
run a
all
soft
gone,
patch
the
to it.
elite charges.
Never know what might come in handy.
Yeah, he comes visible and charges, and you just flip over to the fuel rod cannon, and with no skulls on, 2 rounds will take him out.
There's
with
that phantom
mythic
signal again.
on it takes 4 rounds. I could have done an EMP headshot combo or noob combo, but I was going to use the fuel rod cannon in here anyway. Now, once we get inside the building, before we activate the cartographer and all the cubbies come out of their hiding places, we're going to do a technique that's called crating. And what this tactic actually is we're blockading an entrance to keep some cubbies from getting at us. And especially with no skulls, this is invest the time in doing this because there's less chances of taking fire from multiple sources and dying. So the downside is that with Mythic Tilt and I believe Cowbell off, the crating exercises I'm going through here are much tougher. I'm just meleeing the crate to move it forward. Now I believe it's either going to be Mythic or Tilt, probably Tilt, that gives me extra strength, and when I whack the crate with Tilt on, it moves a lot faster. Now the downside of that is that I can actually knock this ammo crate over, which I don't want to do. So I'm whacking it pretty well confident that I'm not going to knock it over. It's just taking longer to get it to where I want it to go. And so if you're getting bored with this, you can go ahead and fast forward a little bit, because basically I'm basically going to stop talking here in a second and just finish the this first crating exercise. And when we're all said and done, this crate will be flush up against that door, which we're trying to barricade, with the weapons pointed towards me so that I can ammo up and change weapons whenever I want to. And I'm getting close on this one. And just about there. Just whack, whack, whack away. And I actually found that using the fuel rod cannon as my melee weapon, it seemed to move the crate a little bit more than if I was using a carbine. I don't know if that's just my imagination or that's actually fact. But I seem to be doing this a little faster than if I'd have tried it with some other weapon. Okay, here's the other crate that I want to bring in, and notice how far away it is. Again, with the skulls on, moving this thing over is very easy as long as you don't knock it over. But without the skulls on, it's a very boring and long exercise, and to be quite honest, my right thumb was starting to get tired from all the pushing of my melee button, which is the B button. For me, I'm using recon on my controller. So we're just whacking away and whacking away and getting quite bored at it. So again, if you don't want to see all the activity necessary to get this crate, now see, I'm not even halfway there yet. Just go ahead and fast forward a little bit, and the next little thing I'm going to do after this is another crating exercise where I actually have to use the fuel rod cannon to advance a container. But this particular exercise is going to eliminate 3 grunts and 2 shielded jackals, I believe, from coming out that door. And for me, I have to focus on them at some point a little bit later on here in the mission. And it's adding probably about 4 minutes or so to the mission. And maybe 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes if I'd have been doing this with the skulls on. But the benefit far outweighs the hassle, believe me. And I'm starting to run out of things to say as I continue to whack this thing over here. And again, I'm just kind of glad this is not live commentary because my language at this point in the mission is not too pleasant. I keep telling myself, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Okay, we're almost there. Getting tired. My right thumb is getting really tired. And I'm telling myself, don't lose focus because you got a lot of work to do with the cubbies after you get this exercise done here. And I can see, you can tell that I'm running out of things to say. But we are almost done. And again, what I've done is I'm backing the crate all the way up against the door, and with the weapons facing outwards, so I can easily switch weapons if I need them. And I will swap here in a few minutes. After I get through the next crating exercise, I will swap out this fuel rod cannon for a plasma pistol. But it's nice that the ammo crates, those 2 ammo crates sitting upwards like that, basically provide a total blockade of that door. Alright, I'm going to come up here and throw a frag grenade at this container. Now this is without catch on. You can see that it just goes a very short distance. Another frag grenade. I'm not worried about using up all my grenades because I really don't use them in this mission. And another one, the thing is just hardly moving, so that's why I'm using the fuel rod cannon. Now, if cowbell, the cowbell skull would have been on, and I had, which accelerates explosions up to 3 times, I believe. If I had thrown a frag grenade like I did that first one with cowbell on, that particular container would have gone flying all the way through the air down to the level it's on now, and then again I would have just had to whack it a couple of times to get it in position that I want it in, and it's going to ultimately wind up blocking another door. And actually, I think what happened here is that I've got the far right corner of this container kind of nudged up against a little protrusion. Yep, and so I'm going to have to figure out a way to get around that. So what I'm doing here now is I'm actually whacking it on this left side just to swing it around. And again, this is taking much longer than if I had skulls activated that gave me more strength. And so it's probably actually the tilt skull that would benefit me in this situation. Cowbell for using the grenades to get it down here, and the tilt skull for moving it quicker, because each melee would have a stronger effect. But I don't have the skulls on, and I don't have tilt on. I don't have anything on, so it's just taking a little bit longer to set this up. But we'll see the benefit when we get towards the end of the encounter inside this building. We're almost there, and the idea here is to get this container centered on the door. And so there's like a little mark right there that you can see on the side nearest me. And I'm trying to line up with the center of the door. And once I have it lined up like that, one more whack to make sure it's up against the door, or 2 more whacks actually. And then we're going to run up here and swap out the fuel rod cannon because I don't need it anymore for a plasma pistol. And off we go to activate the cartographer. Okay. And this is a forced cutscene, so there's nothing I can do about it.
Okay. In service of Forerunner Shield World, designate Requiem.
Requiem.
And by the way, I cannot hear the audio when I'm doing the voiceover.
Let's see if it can tell us what the Covenant are so interested in.
Cortana is telling the chief that this is a local cartographer, and the chief says, at least we know where we are now.
I'm detecting power
she
fluctuations
says
in
this
several
is
locations.
Shield World
I'll put them up for
Requiem,
you.
blah, blah, blah. And then the cartographer goes away, and we have to go reactivate some power sources to get the cartographer back. That's what this is. So the first one we go to, we come out of the cartographer station and turn left, away from the sand.
What's it doing?
And then
it's all
run back across this light bridge, and
energy
then
is
turn left again, and we're going to have several
Your shields are just
grunts
cycling in
and
response
a
to the
couple
chamber's
of shielded
charge.
Jackals that we want to take out if we can from up here.
Partially.
Because if we don't take them out from up here, we're going to have to go down below and take them out in much closer
We'll have to
range,
locate
and
its
that's
fin.
dangerous. So the more you can take out from up here. Notice I hit him in the hands there and knocked him back, and then ultimately was able to get that jackal that way. You hit the jackal in the hand, that little gap in the shield, and you'll get a knockback animation, and which will present his head, and then you can take him out with a headshot. When all the skulls are on, it's a little tougher to do that with some of the weapons, but with no skulls on, it's pretty easy to do it with any weapon. And I'm just checking out to make sure that all of the grunts and jackals are down. There is an elite up there on that second level platform that I need to take out, but what I'm doing is I'm working my way all the way around, taking him out from a different direction. I'm coming back to the cartographer station, and then back to the sand here, and I'm going to go back up and go use active camo. This is what we picked up from that sword elite on the outside, by the way. Cortana basically told us to do that. Alright, so I'm using this little structure, power, junction box, whatever it is, and I basically do a noob combo against him. Now if I had Milligan tilt on, I wouldn't be able to do that noob combo, so I'd have to find another way to do it, which would basically mean sneak up on him somehow, and while his back's turned, and assassinate. Okay, so now we're reactivating the second power source, and back out. Again, we're turning to the left here.
Yes.
And we have two grunts and two shielded jackals to take out.
UNSC AI
And
Cortana
I
to
think,
infinity. Please respond.
if we hadn't done the crating,
No
we'd
response.
probably had about
But from
2
the
or
strength
3
of
more
that signal, the infinity has to be close by.
grunts
The
to take
cartographer
out
should be
from,
back
that
online.
came out from below.
We may be able to use it
But
to track
anyway,
the ship's location.
now instead of having 3 grunts and 5 jackals right around here to take out, at least 1 or 2 of which would have a needler, which is deadly. All we got to do is deal with that marksman jackal that was there anyway. Just aim for his headlights there, and or his flashlight, or whatever the heck that thing is. That's basically your headshot with him. Now we've got 3 shielded jackals and 2 elites over here. And what we want to do is we want to take out the 3 shielded jackals. And there we go, got it. Okay. Now we got him, let's ammo up. And now we're working on the 2 elites. And we got a couple of grunts to deal with after we deal with the elites, but they're real easy to take care of, thanks to that second crating I did. Alright, now, over here, they look like they're in patrol mode. And what I really want to do here is I want to get one of the elites over towards the right side of the cartographer station. And I noticed that one of the elites went over to the left, which is not really doing me any good. So, okay, he's back out. He's still in patrol mode. He sees me, I think. I think if I can work him. Okay, good. He's over here on the right. Now I'm moving over on the left here, and just to the point where I can pepper him with the plasma pistol, but he can't see me. His shields pop, headshot, he's down. Alright, now the second elite. Let me get a fresh plasma pistol here. There we go. The second elite is up there at the station somewhere, and I'm firing up there. I'm hoping to drive him left. And what happens a lot of times when you drive him to the left, he'll come over.
We can't give the Covenant access to the cartographer.
Pillar
Clear
that's
them
on
out.
my left, and just kind of plant his face in it. And taking him out then becomes very easy. Boom, headshot, and he's backsmack, and he's down. Now I could have taken him out with a noob combo because he just has normal shields and not double shields, but that's just as easy. So now what we've got left is maybe an elite and 2 grunts, and they're in here, barricaded in here. Oh, it's just 2 grunts. I threw a plasma grenade in there, and got one with a plasma grenade, and
That's it. Now quick,
headshot on the
cartographer.
second one, and now the cartographer has been reactivated. We don't have to deal with any more enemies. Those 5 coveys are still behind that barricade, but they are of no consequence. The waypoints come up, and we activate the cartographer again, and we'll go to a cutscene that I can get out of. I can skip. And that took probably about 5 minutes more than
Let's get to that terminus
I
and find
had
Infinity.
the myth, tilt, and cowbell skills on. But that's
What do you know
okay.
about Infinity?
I was able to get through
Not
that
much.
fairly
She was
easily.
supposed to be massive, but the project
Alright,
was
now
only
we've got a
prototype
bridge
of
we
the
have to
map.
clear to get to the next spot we need to go. And I'm hanging back here inside the door, and I'm going to try to take out the door gunner from distance. The carbine, I got him this time. Sometimes I get him, sometimes I don't, but it just means I can come outside a little quicker because he's not firing at me. But the Phantom will take off eventually. And while I'm up here, I want to start taking out jackals and grunts, starting at the back initially. Try to take them all out, but if I can't, take as many as I can out, so that when I go down to ground level, I don't have too many to deal with, because they will advance on me or sneak up and surprise me, and I'll either get needled to death or a grenade in my butt. Alright, I think I got them all from distance, and now I'm taking out the ones that are closer up. Okay, grunts down, jackals down. Let's see what else we got down here. Oh, another grunt. Okay, he's down. Okay. Look over here to the right to see if there's any more. I don't see any. Now there is an elite up there.
Would it have
And I
killed you
believe
to
that I
use
can
the
bypass
elevator?
him, and what's interesting is when I do the bypass, when I go underneath, he just kind of disappears. Oh, there was another covey up there. Let's take another look up here. I think I got him. It was either a jackal or an elite. I couldn't quite tell. Alright. Yep. So what I'm going to do is run down here below, and that elite threw a grenade at me, and I'm going to have some grunts and jackals down here to take care of. And when I take care of all of them, I advance underneath. And what I think happens here is that elite that was closer to my end of the bridge sort of disappears, and another one appears because I think a Phantom dropped off more coveys. So what I'm doing here is I'm running back towards where I came into the bridge, and what I've got to do is I've got to try to take out a side gunner on a Phantom that's up there, and sometimes I get him, sometimes I don't. And also there is a jackal sniper that I need to take out, and from this distance he normally doesn't fire at me. I'm going invis just to make sure, but he can, he can kill me with one shot from that beam rifle. So basically take him out, and now I'm going to deal with the elite that's up there. And I noticed in previous runs that if I took out the gunner and the jackal sniper, the elite up here becomes rather stationary, and I could easily assassinate him, especially when I got all those extra strength skulls on, where I can't take this approach here. And what I'm doing is I'm waiting for him to get into a patrol mode where his back's turned to me, and I can do the noob combo on him without him firing or throwing grenades at me. So fresh plasma pistol here, and now I've got another set of cubbies to deal with, which includes an elite and several grunts and shielded jackals. And what I don't want to do is get fired on, so be a little more careful there, especially if somebody down here has got a needler, because they can take you out in a hurry, and especially if you get your back turned and you don't know where the fire's coming from. But what I'm trying to do here is to take out all of the cubbies, the jackals, and grunts and such, and leave the elite to the last. Now watch what happens here. He goes into a grenade throwing animation when he's standing there on the edge, and the momentum of the throw, when he follows through, if you will, makes him fall off the platform, and you can actually hear him scream to his death. And I always think that's really funny, but that's one way to get rid of him. I could have noob comboed him. I could have basically got him in a patrol mode moving one way, let's say to the right, and I could have rushed to the left or vice versa. But I like to do that little trick where I get him throwing grenades at me, and he falls to his death, and I don't have to fire a shot. So now what we've got left to do here is probably one of the highest risk portions of the mission. Is I'm going to run up here and grab a Banshee, and actually as soon as I get into Banshee I go active camo. I don't know if that really helps me. Climb above the Banshee coming at me. Alright, stay high, follow this path, come into the doorway, the gate right here, swing to the right, drop the Banshee, using that as a shield for the Covenant firing at me, and run up to the far end of this corridor.
I guess we got our attention.
And the reason that it's high risk is that the Banshee with no skulls, the Banshee doesn't have very good shielding, and it can be taken out pretty quick as well as me. So when the door opens, the first thing we want to do is take out these three grunts. Now there is a tactic that one can use to avoid having to take out all the Covenant that are in this area right now, if you will. But again, because of the lack of skulls and the lack of strength, my strength and the strength of the Ghost, I am not going to attempt that technique. I'm going to use a kill-em-all technique. And you got jackal snipers on the left and on the right, so you want to take them out. Okay. And now what happens here? There's two ghosts, each piloted by a grunt. When you go invisible, he kind of puts his goes sideways, and that way you can headshot him. And once you get that first ghost down, immediately go out there, get it, and bring it back down here. That way another grunt won't jump into it, and you have to deal with it again. See, there's the second ghost up there. All right, while I'm at it, take out that second jackal sniper. And he had a beam rifle. That's what went off up there. Alright, now we're dealing with this particular ghost. Notice that he went sideways when I had camo on. Alright. Okay, I want to make sure that grunt didn't jump on the ghost. So running up here, grab this ghost. And we're going to bring it over here to my right, because there's a BR ammo crate, or an ammo crate that's got battle rifle ammo. I want to ammo up. And now, oh, I didn't get that one on the left initially, so let's take him out now. Okay, he's down. You don't want those suckers surviving, because they can take you with one shot. Alright, now we got grunts and jackals up on that center platform. Sometimes there's a grunt on that gun emplacement firing at you, and he's very hard to take out. But it looks like there's just a jackal up there. Now I'm letting him come on down, because what he'll do is he'll come in from the center and down this little ramp right here and just walk at me, and I can take him out very easily with a headshot. Alright, now what's going to happen up here is I'm going to carefully take out the Covenant that are in that middle covered pavilion thing, or whatever the heck it is, that structure. And when I get down to one grunt or jackal and the elite will charge me. He'll advance on me, and I can take him out using the ghost. So I take out as many as I can over here on the right. Sometimes I can take them all out from the right, and I'm just being very aware of where my ghost is so they don't get trapped. Okay, now it's not coming at me, so I got more cubbies to take out, more grunts and or jackals. So there's the elite, but he's not advancing on me, so I know there's more than one of the other ones left. And they're pretty well hidden. I sure don't see them. So, by the way, that kind of flashing back and forth is me going in and out of zoom, I think, because it freaked me out the first time I saw it. It's either that or the video stuttering a little bit. Okay, I think I got one jackal coming out at me. Yeah, there might be a little stutter in that video. We'll see what happens when I render it. Okay, right now I'm just doing the voiceover, and then I've got to do a complete rendering of the video before I upload it, so I will check it all out. Alright, now I still got at least one more to take out before the elite comes after me. I don't see anybody over here on the left, on the right side, so dadgummit. Looks like I'm going to have to go back over to the left. Yeah, it looks like stutter or lag or something like that. But that's the preview screen here in my video editor, and actually I think it'll be okay when I render the video. Alright, come on, Covey, where are you? I need to order dinner here. Okay, okay. There is at least one grunt back there. Got him. Let's see if he comes after me now. Yeah, he's actually coming down that middle ramp there. Just kind of strafe back and forth, and it's pretty easy to take him out with the plasma fire from the ghost, because he doesn't have that extra shielding that Mythic does. And here comes the final one, the grunt. Okay, now we got everybody in the center pavilion here out, and I'm going to come up here on this left platform and advance up towards the end of it past this plasma turret. And what will happen is, coming out of the that center corridor up there will be an elite and 4 grunts. And from here, what we want to do is we want to take out the 4 grunts. Oh yeah, there's definitely stutter in my preview. Hopefully this will smooth out when I render the video. And I'm kind of wondering if it's my capture device that's causing this. I don't know. I've never seen this before. Alright, I'm just firing at the elite to see if I can take him out with the plasma cannon, but he's too far away and dodging back and forth, and thought it might be worth a try, but nah. So we're going to use another little tactic here. Basically going to run the ghost over here, and let's get out right here, and we're going to run up the right side and kind of sneak up on him from the right. This elite has a concussion rifle, so we have to be a little bit careful. Okay. Sneaking up on him. Oh, he saw me. He fired one burst at me. Hopefully he'll go into patrol mode. Got camo on now, so I've got to do what I got to do fairly quickly before I run out of camo. Alright, he's coming over. EMP. Headshot. He's down. Now, we're actually going to use another tactic here to avoid having to battle a whole bunch of coveys, including Lalites and hunters and whatever. And this is a slippery rock technique here. I jump up on the top of that rock, crouch jump over to this support, jump up here, go active camo, sprint around the corner, and all I have to worry about are 2 grunts and a jackal, and they didn't even see me. And I'm running up here and basically avoiding a major firefight.
The Sentinels are trying to keep the Covenant out.
Just about at the end of the mission. There's no more fighting. All we have to do is get on
I managed to
an
clear up
elevator,
another transmission from Infinity.
go up to the top and avoid falling, basically avoid falling toward death, waiting for the elevator to come down to our level. And once we do that, the mission's basically over. And so this is Requiem, Legendary, no skulls on, no deaths. These tactics and techniques can be used if you ever get a weekly challenge that basically says do Requiem on Legendary with no deaths, because this was a no death run. And hopefully that'll help you out in your quest as we come up here to the end of the mission, or just even doing a regular old Legendary run. And we go to a cutscene, and that actually looks like, this right shoulder of the chief going up there actually looks like the alien in Aliens. But I hope this helps you out in whatever quest you're on. This is Old Anaki signing off. Take care, everybody. Good night.